Today on Forbes, how this investor spots billion-dollar winners in boring industries. As Chime CEO Chris Britt sat in his San Francisco boardroom in 2015, he had a choice to make. The next-gen banking company was getting ready to introduce a new feature that rounds a transaction up to the nearest dollar amount and automatically transfers the difference to your savings account. Britt was sure it would take the company to the next level, extending its scope to more core banking features beyond rewards. The hitch, though, Britt told Forbes, was that Bank of America was threatening to sue if Chime launched it. The 120-plus-year-old bank had tried to thwart the startup by claiming it had similar patents, according to Satya Patel, a partner at the venture firm Homebrew, who'd invested $1 million in the then-fledgling Chime. Sitting in the meeting, Patel had some sage guidance for Britt. Do it anyway. He recalls telling the founder, quote, "There would be nothing better for a young startup than to be sued by Bank of America, and for us and them to make a ton of noise about it." Chime launched the feature, and it proved critical to the startup's growth in those early years. Bank of America never sued. Britt said, quote, "Satya knew when to get into our business and where to push, and where to pull back and let us do our thing. It's a fine line." Bank of America didn't respond to a request for comment. The gutsy call exemplifies why Patel ranked number 14 on this year's Midas Seed list, Forbes' annual ranking of venture capital's top early-stage investors, which was released near the end of last month. Patel refers to his broad philosophy as a VC as, quote, "bottom-up investing," betting on companies from so-called boring industries like HR or banking, and gussying them up with high-tech software. Other prescient bets include Gusto, an online payroll platform last valued at $9.6 billion, Headway, a mental health app worth $2.3 billion, and Plaid, which lets people connect apps to bank accounts, valued at $6.1 billion. Now Chime is headed for an exit. The company, last valued at $25 billion, filed its IPO prospectus in early May, with 2024 revenue of $1.7 billion. For Britt, who called Patel one of the best, quote, "if not the best, seed investors in the world," Patel's strength is in his experience as both an investor and product executive, balancing between the details and big picture. Britt said, quote, "He understands the role of an early-stage investor. Sometimes it's more art than science." Many of Patel's bets have benefited from his early guidance as they expanded. For Shield, a $5 billion valued drone maker, Patel's big stamp on the company was in helping it to grow beyond the seed stage. Shield CEO Ryan Seng said, quote, "Satya just, over and over again, put himself out there, put his reputation on the line to introduce us to top-quality investors. I've always felt like he's had my back." Challenges at Shield have arisen, like when the company's VBAT drone was involved in an accident that left a U.S. service member's fingers partially severed, as Forbes reported. When it comes to defense tech, Patel has bona fides as well. His mom was a banker and his dad was an engineer for Raytheon, working at a nuclear test site. As a child growing up in suburban Las Vegas, far from the din of the Strip, Patel knew little of what his dad did because of his father's security clearance. He finally got a close-up look during the summer after his freshman year of college at the University of Pennsylvania, when he took an internship at Raytheon himself and worked at the same site. Patel said, quote, "It gave me an early appreciation for science and what science can enable, both the positive and potentially the negative." For full coverage, check out Richard Nieva's piece on Forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.